Excuse me.
We're on. I see you. Whoa!
What are we doing? Is this SlapperCast?
Yeah, sorry.
It is. So,
I can't do it when I'm on the spot.
what was
What was that?
That's when you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this
Oh, the knee
is
slap?
SlapperCast episode. You always hit the hammer wheel. You're like, are we slapping?
Yeah.
Let's go. Do it again.
I can't.
Do it again.
I can't.
No, that was good. That was
I'm going to do
good.
it on the spot.
Take one.
No.
Take one.
No, I can't. It's like I'm just looking up, going, "Hey, man, how's the air up there?"
I'm close. All right, we're intact, man. Well, let's get into it. Let's slap a number on this. What do we got today?
323.
323.
Yes.
Same backwards and forwards. What's that called? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, front to back, back to front.
Yeah, front to back.
Yeah.
Oh, old days. Call back.
F2B.
Call back. That's
Oh,
right.
even better if I started with that.
Yeah.
F2B.
Oh man, we've had a day.
Yeah.
We have had a day. All right, I gotta start. Gotta start at the beginning. So taking the girl's dog for a walk, and it's about the size of a football,
Yeah.
and a little bit more intelligent.
College football. Like a little bit.
Is that smaller or bigger? Bigger.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit bigger. A lot more attitude. And walking the dog, and it takes in this little French bulldog and sits in the street, looks at me like, no, we're not going. I've been walking every day. Been,
Yeah.
going, and I say, hey, motherfucker, what are you, come on, let's go. No, then he starts messing with his paw. I was like, uh-oh, she's not feeling good. And started messing with her paw. I was like, all right. So I carried her back, and that little football turns into a little anvil. I'm walking back and going, all right. So it starts there. Then Turbo and I are sitting out. We're doing, destroyed the woodshed. Our music studio is destroyed. Why? Because we're hanging speakers. Right?
Yeah.
I say we. I'm the Turbo's in the attic. He's got about this crawl space.
I didn't think I was going to get through it, but
So
it's glad I lost all this weight.
I'll show you guys footage of you crawling into that.
Oh, there's
that
still time.
extra space.
He's got to go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, we have to send you back.
I can't fit. I can't fit. There's just
Well,
no.
we don't want to have any wires and stuff, so we're running electrical and running
Yeah.
XLRs in the ceiling, so
Yeah.
we can, so I'm like, we got to get up there. There's just no other way.
Yeah, anyway, your tenacity is noted, admired, and noted. but so anyway, we're making a game plan for this. This started this morning. It started early this morning, earlier than some of us. Anyway, and we're sitting up here, and if you get a shot down there of the dock, and Turbo goes, man, he goes, your jet ski's underwater. I go, shut the fuck, no, it's not. It's right there. I can see the
yellow. That's what you said. I can see the yellow. I go,
It's a bright yellow. It's pretty much a racing, jet ski. It's a beast.
I should have pressed it because I went, well.
I
All right. I go, maybe there's just water, where you have your feet, I go, maybe there's just a little water right there. I go, okay, and then I didn't think anything of it.
Well, and my eyesight is absolute crap, right? So we're sitting here, and he goes, yeah, it's under. And I'm going, and also I should have taken into account that if you've slapped with us before, if you're a regular slapper head, if you are slapperful, if you're slapper famous, if you are any kind of slapper connoisseur, you'll know that we've talked many times about Lake Havasu and how the Newton family back in the day would come from California and rent jet skis. That was your dad's
Yep.
business.
My parents' business.
Yeah. So we're sitting up, and he goes, "Yeah, your jet ski's underwater." And I've just looked at it. I can see the yellow. It's bright yellow. I mean, it's.
That's exactly what you said. You go, no, I can see the yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
And I go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just trying that. Oh, keep it going.
Keep it going.
Yeah. Anyway, so I am. Anyway, I look and I go, yeah, that was fine. And anyway, it turns out it wasn't fine. It was sinking.
Oh shit!
So we had to drain it, get it up onto the.
That was the best part.
Getting heavy. I don't know if you can get it from here, but if
you see the big hole right there in the ground, the big divots
to the right of the wood pile.
Yeah.
Zoom in down there. You'll see the big divots in the ground. Where the four-wheeler was spinning, pulling this thing from the water onto the ramp to drain it, to get it over to the dock, to get it up on the trailer to bring it to get fixed.
Yeah, we had the rope in a 90-degree turn around the pole in the dock.
Yeah.
And then...
And the four-wheeler is raising up.
Yeah, the four-wheeler is wheeling because it can't get it up. So I was like, well, let me get on the front of it. So we're trying to...
He's standing on the front of it, and he doesn't weigh enough. Tubbs here does. So we switch, and he's driving. I'm on the front of it, holding it down. Anyway, so we finally get it over and get it over to the dock. It dies on the way over. It's just floating down the river. Get it started again last minute, and then get it out. It's a whole fiasco getting it. Now it's in the shop. And then get all this done, and then we have to get back. And we haven't even started the woodshed yet. So we are... I mean, and then he's got to get up in this, and it's a crawl space where most caterpillars or wood lice or anything like that would complain about the lack of maneuverability. Yet Turbo's up there going, "Hey, can you hand me the Vaseline and a screw?" It was hilarious having I could feel your contortions in the attic, because there's no crawl space.
I was hunched over like this.
Yeah.
And my legs out. I was like, ah. It's all right. I got it. So,
but
well, I was like, if we could tee off this one, there was like one random outlet up there. Like, I think it was from your old garage door.
Yes.
So I was like, as long as this is live, we could tee off, and then we don't have to get up there to run wire. We don't have to work up there.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, thank God. And then it had power. So I was like, yes. But that's all right.
That was just a nightmare day, and then and also figured out we needed some other stuff.
Yeah, well, there's a little mom and pop shop, and then I go over there, and I'm like, you guys moving? I thought they were closed. I said, are you guys closing? They had nothing. And she goes, oh, we're out of some things. I'm like, where's all the electrical? She's like, it's right there. I mean, it's just empty boxes. I'm like, oh, man. So I had to hike it all the way into Livingston to Lowe's. I was like, oh, man, that just sucked. I was like, man, I like to go there because it's small and mom and pop. Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna say the name of the place, but I don't know if they're having problems, but it didn't look good. I was like, man, they were selling empty boxes. That's what they were selling.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
But
yeah, it was just a hell of a day, and we were supposed to be already in there playing.
I met this really cool guy there one time. I went there. I may or may not have told you, but I walked in, I was buying some things, and he's like, oh, I haven't seen you before. And I was like, oh, I bought a house up here. It's just kind of early on. I was like, oh, man, I'm kind of fixing a few things, I'm getting my house all redone, getting it up to code. And he's like, nothing's up to code up here. I go, well, my house is going to be. And I was like, I'm fixing the whole thing. And he's like, good luck,
Yeah.
He was pretty cool. He's like, this just old dude. I'm like, not even sure if he moves. Like, he's the statue out front.
Yeah.
He's like, good luck.
Did he owned the place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an owner. I think. You look like the owner.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that, but he was there. Because there was somebody else working. He was just sitting there.
Yeah.
But he was behind the counter. And then they had everything I needed. He was cool.
Yeah.
So he's like, he was telling me he grew up there, or he's lived here most of his life. And he's like, it's too big for me now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
What does that mean? He's like a one-man town.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to be in a field.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
He was cool. But
yeah, what a start to the day.
Yeah, the best was Julia's floating down the river. She's just getting farther.
Because it cut out.
The jet ski dies.
Yes.
And she's just going down. So you take off. I think you're missing you take off to go get the kayak because we're going to go get her. And here you come back. Well, it's me and her. I'm on the dock, and I'm just like, bye. I mean, she was way out there, and I'm like, I would sing you a song, but I just bang on stuff with sticks, So she's doing this, and we were just like, if people could see us, they'd be like, these two are nuts.
Yeah. Well, they don't even need to see.
Oh my God. She's like, should I swim? And I was like, oh, let's just wait. And then I go, here he comes. I see it. And then right when I said that, I see she's like, it's on! And then I was like, don't stop, just punch it. And she's like, here she comes, It's like we won the lottery, I was like, oh man, we're going to have to kayak all the way out there.
Crazy day.
That would have been another half an hour to an hour.
Oh yeah. Not a question.
Yeah.
But my neighbor also, we've got some great neighbors out here, but my one neighbor in particular, who's just Johnny on the spot, and he he was in his boat down there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
As well. Right as we're pulling it onto the trailer.
Yeah.
He was there, brilliant man. Anyway. So yes, a hell of a start to the Slapper Day, I'll say. Man, I bet you've got.
I mean, you're not even talking how we held the kayak. Like we're
on the way back.
I mean, there's a lot of little details here that just kept dominoing.
I gotta tell the other part too. So I get down. If you get a shot of that dock again, just so you get a little reference right here. So on the right hand side of the dock is where I'm taking the. We had towed, tied all these ropes together, all these tow ropes together to pull the jet ski onto the dock down there. And I'm trying to untie them because I'm going to get one of the go out in the kayak and row the kayak in, or pull the jet ski with the kayak, get her onto the boat ramp at least. Figure out what to do then. However, I'm calling Scott, my neighbor, and I've got the phone like this, and I'm pulling the thing, and I turn so all the ropes have really pulled together because we are beating the tar out of these ropes, and all these ropes
they were fused
together, and I'm holding the thing. I'm going, hey Scott, I got the, and I turn. I'm on the right hand side by the right rail, the right inside rail of the deck, and I turn, and the sweat released the phone as I'm turning the rope, and I turn like this. The phone goes to fall in the water, and I went fuck, and I slapped it down. And the phone lands on the thing, and I slapped it down again. So I went like this. So I turned phone, rope, turn, water slide, and I slapped it back onto the dock. Then I had to, because I could just see it skating across and just going off the other side, because I swatted that motherfucker. And I'm going. And then I had to slap it down with my foot. It was. I'm telling you. I forget who the comedian was. But he was talking about this kid losing his fucking mind. He had his balloon, and the balloon got away. And it was a helium balloon, obviously. And the balloon's taken off, and the kid's screaming. And the dad's going, relax, I'll just get you another one, And the comedian was saying, and I'm not telling the joke. I'm not trying to tell. But the punchline was, imagine seeing your wallet, everything in it, just floating away. That's everything that kid had, and your phone has every motherfucking thing in your, it has your banking, your everything, all that stuff. And I just saw that thing just skating across the thing, and it was one of those, pow pow. It was this reflex city, and I was just amazed that it didn't, because my luck would have had it slide across and then go off the other side, or you slap it down and it goes down the slots in between, either way. No phone. But I smacked it, and I smacked it hard.
That should be a commercial for the case on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the commercial.
Oh, my God.
And you pick up like, I'm good.
You could give me 1,000 more chances, and it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen. I don't know how. And it's so funny, because I didn't let go of the rope. You just let go of the rope, and you grab. But I knew if I fumbled at any point, because I'm working against the clock, because the jet ski is floating downriver. Yeah. It's sinking, too. It's got a leak. So it's
sinking.
So I'm under the gun trying to get this, Oh my God, what a
Dude,
fucking.
she was spinning.
Yeah.
And also she's like looking like this, and then I'm like, hey, and then she's just like, huh? And then I'm just looking at the back, and she's just like, oh my God, it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, I was pretty intense.
It's like one of those movies where it's going to the waterfall.
Yes.
You're just like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing a little bit. I was like, it's kind of funny.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. There's nothing unfunny about this. It's brilliant. Just a tremendous start to the day. So anyway, rehearsal tonight is going to be. We should write a song about this tonight.
Yeah,
we should write a song about this for sure.
Down by the banks.
Yeah. So I mean, your family must have incredible jet ski stories.
Oh yeah, and all kinds. So,
is there anything that jumps to mind? Any? I mean, because you have to rescue people. You have to, right? You got to go out and get people. Or
there was one thing I happened when I was a kid. We used to go. I think it was Lake Powell.
Where's Lake Powell? Relationship?
I think California.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the lake. I could be wrong on that, but we used to go there before Havasu. Before we used to go to Parker and Havasu.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and I was out there, and we were on, we had stand-up jet skis back then. This was before the CDs, right?
Yes.
We had stand-up skis. And so it was, And there was like a group of these, like a party, guys and stuff, and older than me. I was a kid, and this guy came across and just waked me and just threw me off the jet ski, And I remember coming back, and I told my dad about that, and my dad they were younger back then. My dad was livid. He was like, "Let's go." I mean, him and his buddies they searched that lake and couldn't find him, and so then my dad's like, "Did you make this up?" I mean, he's still, and I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I don't know where they went." I mean, I came back, I was crying, like all upset, because I was like, you feel like as a kid,
you were abused. I mean, that's
8, 10. I don't know how old, somewhere around then, but something I can kind of remember, but we would go to like Sandpoint in Parker, and we had like a camper, and we would stay there like at a campsite, and then they had like a double stacked trailer with all these jet skis. I forget how many it held, but it held a whole bunch. And they would it was like, I think he called it like Newt's Jet Skis or RV Newt's Jet Skis or something. It was like the name of it. It had a big sign, and then they would just rent them out. People would come in and rent them for the day, and that's how we used to pay for all of our vacations. Yeah. Because he's like, dude, we just rent them out, make money, and we get to vacation for the weekend.
That sounds very turbo-esque.
Yeah, my parents were cool with that. Like, that was next level,
Yeah.
They always had that little ice cream shop, like, at Sandpoint, and we would go over there, and you'd get, like, the quarter, 50 cents, whatever it was. It was super cheap.
Yeah.
Less than $1. And it would just be scorching hot. I mean, you've been there. Scorching hot. And then you'd go there, you get your ice cream bar as a kid, and just, I thought it was just heaven. I go, this is just the greatest thing in the world. You just on the lake all day, and then you go get your ice cream and your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and you're just out. I was like, man, this is a life.
I will say too, your dad, well, your mother's as well. I mean, really, they that's where your entrepreneurial.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I think so too. Because they're kind of a combination of that.
Yeah.
My dad's business side, but my mom's real good too.
Oh, no question.
Smart. So.
No question. No, the stories are, I mean, just. I would put either of them in charge of a lot quickly, without question. But and Kurt too. We were talking about Kurt today. Turbo's brother can. I'm telling you because Turbo doesn't like to talk, and neither do I. Sorry. But no, the public library in Havasu.
Oh yeah.
All the lights, all the.
Yeah, he worked for McGowan Electric, and Dave McGowan. I think he was city council for Havasu. I don't know if he's still on city council, but he. He got a cool job when we were 18, 19 years old, something like that for him, and he worked for McAllen Electrical, mom and pop shop in Havasu.
Yeah.
And he got to wire up the Havasu library.
Yeah.
And man, I swear to God, he could build a plane. I just go, he's the guy who could build a plane. He's just so smart.
No question. Let me also, without belittling that, I mean, that's amazing, as it could be. We're in awe of Kurt, who you'll get to meet in Ireland this year.
I should tell the Kurt story of I was telling you earlier today.
Yes.
Outlet.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you that. You want to tell now?
Yeah, let's do it now, and then I'll go back to her. No, that's good. That's what I like.
He's like, so he gets his house, and he's like, they're redoing the floors and the trim and paint and outlets. They're just updating his house. And so he's like, hey, you want to come help me finish up all, do all the trim for the electrical. I said, yeah, I'll come over and help you. So I'm like, we were kids back then. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, I'll just tell you what to do. I was like, all right. So I go over there, and he's like, all right, hey, man, take that outlet out, pull it out, and we're going to change that one out. I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, just grab it and pull it out. I go, okay. I mean, wouldn't you grab it and pull it out here? I feel like things. So I go to grab it. Also, I'm like, I mean, dude, that thing was hot. So I'm like kind of hung on it, where you're like,
because the electric.
It's a power socket.
Yes.
Yeah. And he slaps my arm.
Yeah, but also you.
If you grab the neutral and the positive on the outlet, you're going to get zapped.
Yes, but it's not something that you can.
Yeah, it kind of closed my hand to it.
Yes, you kind of get. It's that thing if you hold a rope for so long that it
kind of grabbed me. Yeah. I probably could have took my hand off it, but he went like that, like right away.
Yeah, there's like the electric signal like locks your muscles in place, right? Because it's like.
Yeah,
I think that's how it's electrical signals.
So you're gonna go and close.
Yes, exactly. Because you tense up. Because the same thing when you put that, when the chiropractor puts the electric shocks on you, it sticks. So same thing. Same.
Yeah. And he well, obviously he sets me up with this. Of course. So he slaps it off right away. I go, damn, bro. So I'm mad, I just go, why did you do that? He goes, lesson number 1: you don't trust anybody when it comes to electrical. And I'm just like, what? I go, dude,
Not
you
even
asked
you?
me to come over here and help you. Like, he goes, I'm just teaching you a lesson. Because here's the thing, is he was learning all this stuff, and he was at this point he was like way up here.
Yeah.
But he's like, this was his way of like teaching me something.
Yeah.
You know? But I was like, holy shit. So then he's like, hey, do you want to do the next outlet? I was like, I go, is it off? He's like, check yourself. You know, and he's like, where's your tester? Where's this? And next thing you know, he helped me get all my tools, and you know, it was a good lesson because he really was like, this is how you test it, this is what you do, this is how you do it. You know? But I was like,
and then watching you work today, I mean, I can say job well done, because it's people, you know, the pedestrian can do little bits and pieces. The pro can really put stuff together. That's what I was enjoying watching today, was that, you know, just it's pretty quick, and it was
and pretty fast. If you do it right,
yes,
you do it once.
Yes.
You know, and there's little things you might have to touch up, but that was his thing. Just do it right.
Yeah.
And you don't got to come back. You know what I mean? Otherwise, if you just do it wrong, you're coming back.
Yeah. Well, we know, living in rock and roll, we know that we don't want to, you don't want to ever half-ass it. You don't want to open up your set with a dog. You don't want to open up your set with a boring, or you want to be as excited. Same with your work. You don't want to come back and do it again. You know, the point the point I was going to make was earlier on a much earlier episode of SlapperCast. I asked a very silly question: who would you take with you if you were out in the wilderness? You know, if you know, what rock star or what celebrity or what, you know.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Wasn't it like in a days type thing? We were like, who's it?
Yeah.
Who are you fighting into the world type stuff with?
Yeah. And I picked David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. That's what I remember.
Yeah. Do you remember who you picked?
I remember who you picked, but I remember yours, but.
Yeah. Do you remember who you picked?
I don't know. I don't.
Do you remember?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, you remember everything.
I would remember. It just dawned on me when you were saying that, and I was trying to go over it. I'll think on that for a minute. But I would change mine now to take either Kurt or yourself or your dad.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, we've seen in times, you know, your car breaks down, you know, something happens at a gig or stuff like that. There's a calm, you know, but there's also hey, we're gonna get this shit done. You know, that's what you look for in problem solving, maneuvering, excelling. You know, like, you know, next spot. You know, I mean, that's the stuff that you kind of go. You know, that's who you want in your team. That's who you want on your side when shit's going down.
Yeah, I would say if I had to decide between my mom or my dad's, for the most part, is a very proactive person.
Yeah.
He's the budget, the plan. You know, I get a lot of that from him.
Yeah.
But my mom is next level. My mom's proactive, but she's also very reactive.
Yeah.
Very good. She can be both the police and the fire. She's got both of those. My dad's more of a policeman, I think, in the front, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes he would be the other way around, but I think he would be more of like, he does it ahead of time, right? When you go travel with him, it's very structured, very organized, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So Chad, let me see that thing. So you come from a very different school. Why are my fingers still on the way? I've got them back here. There's Chad right there. You come from a whole different school. You never shut up about your dad, you know, winning the Nobel Peace Prize, the Nobel Prize for, no, just kidding. But, you know, so Dr. Rick Smalley, and again, to your credit, you never mention it. How is that in the way? I'm sure.
down here. On this one.
Oh, okay. That's one of these Chinese songs. Yeah. I hate these things. Anyway, so yeah, your dad, so he would be the complete, did you guys do camping? Did you do, so what's his, like, so your dad, Turbo's dad would be, you know, just I mean, he's made for the outdoors.
Yeah, if you say his dad's excellent, my dad was probably intermediate. He didn't have as much experience, obviously, because he was a professor. He didn't spend all, but he enjoyed going outdoors, and he didn't really get into that until his second wife, Lynn, because Lynn was a big outdoorsy person, so they would go on these long hikes up in the mountains and stuff, and that's when my dad and I started going out camping. And some of my favorite memories are, not that I enjoy camping, but I enjoy doing it with him. We would go to Big Bend and camp out there, which was absolutely beautiful at night. And also we would go up in Wyoming. My Aunt Sarah, my great Aunt Sarah was his aunt, my great aunt, who was also a chemist. She was an organic chemist who taught at the University of Wyoming in Laramie. And she had this beautiful, still belonged by my cousin John, whom you've met, now owns the ranch house where she used to live, which is this beautiful property in a place called Rainbow Valley, Wyoming, right outside of Centennial. And my dad and I would go visit her there, and we'd go up what's called Corner Mountain, or Mount Suribuchi, as my dad called it, named after his aunt Sarah. And we would spend the night camp up on that mountain. And you could see this beautiful, view stuff down where the house. You could see Sarah's house from where we were, and some really, really, really fond memories camping with Dad back in those days.
That's good. So why do you hate outdoors now?
I just.
I should rephrase that.
I should say, despite all my dad's efforts to get me used to being to get acclimated being outdoors, I just don't like it. I'm too used to air conditioning and toilets, and it's fun for a while, but it's like, this is it's enough. I'm a city boy at heart, so he tried his best to get that out of me, but he was kind of a city boy himself too. My mom has spent way more time camping than either of us. She goes out to Kerrville Folk Festival every year, so she camps for weeks at a time. It's not exactly the same thing as being up on the side of a mountain, but still.
Yeah, but it's
she's
still
had way more tent, experience than either me or my father had. So, but yeah, and so way more time outdoors. Like basically 2 weeks nonstop outdoors when she goes to Kerrville.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
She's saying now she doesn't want to do it unless she can get air conditioning in her tent. She's kind of getting to the age now where she's like.
Does she know the redhead rule?
What's the redhead rule?
If you hug a redhead, you
get cold or something.
Yeah, you lose all your heat.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were bringing that up to me at the festival.
Who?
People, because you said that, and then at the Sherman thing, and then they
I
were
didn't
like,
say that.
"Yeah, you did." And then they were like, "At the merch, like, hey, you want to take all the warmth?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be a thing." I was like, "This is gonna be a thing." I was like, "Thanks, boss." Sorry, God.
That was funny.
Also, I have a song which I think I mentioned on the show before, right? Which I'm hopefully recording. Well, hopefully I will be recording soon, called Corner Mountain, which is about the experience I just told you.
Corner Mountain
in Wyoming. And it's about Dad, but it's also about the time we went up, the last time we went up the mountain together, which was to spread Aunt Sarah's ashes, which was back in 1993, I think. So yeah, it's a special place.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Very cool. Yeah, we didn't ever camp. There was no. Oh, there's a handy. Yeah, we didn't go camp, but we did have a Volkswagen minivan with the pop-up roof, with the fold-out bunk beds, and we did that. But that wasn't for any length of time. That was overnight maybe, or it's all I can. But I do remember there was a gas stove in there. My mother, we were down the countryside in Ireland one time, and my mother had made. I don't know if she made it. I don't think she made it there. I think she made it at home. Then we heated it up on the gas stove in the van, and it was the best bowl of spaghetti I've ever had to this day. 2025, and I'm now 107 years old. That would have been 70 odd years ago, but so good. I can still. It was in a little red bowl with little handles on the red bowl, little plastic red bowl thing, and I remember that being the best bowl of spaghetti. Do you have a dish that you remember to this day? I'll give you one more. I was in Anchorage, actually staying in Anchorage, Alaska, and we had gone way out in the wilds. We were going out to shoot some guns, and I was 14 years old, and we stopped at this. It looked like a shack, and I had the best burger I've ever had in my life at that moment. I forget the name of the town. My dad will know. But best burger I've ever had to this day. I can still taste it like that spaghetti. So there you go.
Yeah, mine's going to be my grandma's fried chicken.
I was hoping you weren't going to say the taco place in California.
Well, that's my favorite thing.
That's your favorite restaurant.
You said like a home cooked fried chicken.
No,
I guarantee if you ask my brother this, he's going to say my mom's tuna casserole. He used to love that as a kid.
Get him on the phone. Ask him right now.
I'm telling you right now, he would do that.
Okay.
He would say my mom's tuna casserole.
All right.
If I should apologize to my mom because I love it now. And when I was a kid, I used to pitch a fit. So sorry for all those fits. Those were not deserved. I just was like, no, I'm not eating this. And Kurt was like, I love this.
Tuna casserole?
Tuna casserole.
My mother used to make a great one as well. With the breaded, breaded top on it.
Now anytime I have it, I'm like, this is the greatest. Like, why? This is amazing. Why didn't I? What's my problem?
Well, no. Your taste changed.
Yeah.
You know. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, well, I'm always going to cite my mother's spaghetti sauce whenever we talk about food. That cannot be topped by anything, at any time in the history of the world. But I do have whenever this question comes up, I always think of this one meal I had with my father. Actually, when we were driving to Corner Mountain, to Centennial, to spread my Aunt Sarah's ashes, he picked me up.
Did you taste the ashes?
Well, accidentally, actually, when we spread, that's another story. When we're on the side of Corner Mountain, we threw them out. The wind blew them right back in our face.
She did that.
Yeah, exactly. That's in the song too.
Oh, good. Should be.
While we were driving, I think he picked me up in Colorado, and we drove back in Denver, and we did a road trip up to Wyoming. And somewhere we stopped. We were both starving, and we stopped at this diner. It was like a chain place. It might have been like Shoney's or one of those roadside, restaurant chains. And it just happened to be like a really well managed place, but also was just like exactly what we wanted at that time. I remember I got like chicken fingers or something, and we both got chocolate shakes and like mashed potatoes and all this stuff. And it was like, for some reason at that moment in time, it was like the best meal I've ever had. So I'm sure it was partially sentimental. Yeah. Quality time with Dad for that reason, because Aunt Sarah had passed.
Yeah. Well, Shoney's would still be in business too if their food was good.
I think there are. Well, I don't know. I don't think it was a Shoney's. Like, it was something else of that ilk. I'm trying to. Oh, Perkins. It was a Perkins. That's what it was.
Well, there's plenty of them around.
Yeah. That's what it was. So, anyway, yeah.
Good. Well, let's kick this one in the head because we got work to do.
Okay.
Let's unslap.
It's unslap.
Very good. But we should say again too, to clarify, somebody was very, very, very foggy and fuddly on the last episode talking about. So it looks like April 2026. We're gonna have details very, very soon for our worldwide tour of Ireland next year, which might get extended a little bit. Now, are you getting fuddly again? No, I'm not getting fuddly again. There's just a chance that we may extend it just a little bit, few days, and go over to Scotland. So I said last week, and I stand by this statement, if you have ever thought about traveling abroad with Blaggards and you would like to come along with us, I would say 2026 is the time to you can sign up right now. Hell, you can just call Chad and say, hey, and then you contact our website. But no, just contact us and let us know that you're interested, because this one's going to sell out. I know it's going to sell out, and it's going to sell out quickly. So we are.
So have we officially closed the door on 2025?
Yeah, I'm 99% sure the last two seats are gone.
Okay.
Yeah, we got one today. So
Yeah,
We did? Okay.
yeah.
I think she should either sign up today or tomorrow. But.
Yeah, so and the reason why, just to clarify too, the reason why we have it's taken us a while to close that door was because we did have people that were going on the tour that hadn't signed up, but so the numbers were a little fuzzy. Now they're pretty much nailed down. So so there might be a seat, there might not be, but at the same time, I think the door is closed on it.
Mm-hmm.
However, so this year is obviously October. Next year will be April. So it's going to be 18, 19 months from now. So you got time. Do what you got to do to make that happen, because there's a few things that are going to happen on this trip and next trip that you're just not going to want to miss.
Yeah.
So we're extremely excited about it, and
12 months from now. It's a year and a half. It's 1 year.
Oh, sorry, I'm already.
I would have given you a month, but I was like, I don't want that.
What did I say? 18?
18, 19 months.
Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm.
12.
In my, I've no.
You can cut that out.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I still can't get over what happened today. I'm just in this whole fucking day.
That's nuts.
7 a.m. All this bullshit started.
I love the 4-wheeler. Just
yeah. When I pulled it up the first time, when that thing went up the first time, I don't know if you saw it, but I mean, it was. Yeah. I dropped it right in time to go the right way. Yeah. So anyway, I'm clarifying. So April 2026. So there will not be an October tour next year to Ireland with Blaggards. So you just want to make sure that you have you're just up and running right now. You know, get that going.
Something else in October.
Yes. Yeah.
There's another tease to drive you crazy.
Two. Yeah, but yeah. So, with all that said, we every week we say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the comments too of phenomenal. Kelly Navarro is she's taking the number 1 slot. Her comments are she's so concise in her comments, but she picks everything up.
Yeah, she didn't miss anything.
There's not a morsel that she overlooks, and it's very entertaining to get her take on it. She'll go, yeah, you're a little bit of a weirdo. You know, very, very cool. But you know, we appreciate them all. Another one too was Mr. Greg Fugate had asked. He said, when's Chad going to do a solo acoustic show? And I said, that's a good question. We need to work on that.
That's a good question.
So that's going to happen. Greg says it. That's how it's going to happen.
I've actually been the past several days. I pulled out the Tascam I bought several years ago. It's this Tascam. I forget the name.
4-track.
Yeah, but the cool thing about this model, unlike the one I had originally, was it has tape outs for all all 4 separate tracks, line outs for each one, so you get line level outputs for every track. So I've been going through my old demos and transferring everything to my computer.
Oh, excellent.
You know.
Oh, that's cool.
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm that's been really beneficial in sort of reactivating that part of my brain. It's like, oh yeah, God, I totally forgot about this song. I forgot about that song. Yeah, it's cool.
Good. All right, let's wrap it up. So let's go, and then so we are looking forward to seeing you. And by the time this comes out, we'll already have played Bass Drop, right?
Yeah.
This is 2. So and then the next show we got is Nacogdoches.
O'Bannon's.
Oh, that's right. It's the.
Oh, you have the solo. No, that's later.
That's 6.
We have O'Bannon's. We have
Brenham and
Log-On.
The Log-On Cafe.
Yeah.
Well,
and then you and Brian.
Yes.
Good.
All right. So, we're gonna get more on this. We're gonna get more information for you, and we're gonna just tease it out. Next thing you know, you're gonna be on a plane with Blaggards heading towards the Emerald Isle. We're gonna have a good time.
Yep.
So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all you do, and we look forward to seeing you here again on SlapperCast. 3, 2, 3.
See ya.
See ya.